Hi everyone, how are you all? I am Rekha. Welcome to my channel Rekha's Knowledge Hub. Today we will see NCERT Classic Social Science, Chapter 8, Unity in Diversity or Many in the One, Short Answer Questions. I have already uploaded the multiple choice questions of this chapter. Those who have not watched, please go through it. First one, what are staple grains? Staple grains are basic food grains that are eaten regularly by most people in a country. So, what are staple grains? Staple grains are basic food grains that are eaten regularly by most people in a country. So, staple grains are the main foods people eat almost every day. We will see some examples of staple grains. First one, cereals such as rice, barley and wheat. Then we have millets such as pearl millet or bajra, then sorghum or jowar, then finger millet or ragi. Then pulses such as various kinds of dals and grams. All these are staple grains. So, staple grains are basic food grains that are eaten regularly by most people in a country. Next one, name any three common spices used throughout India. Turmeric, cumin, ginger. The next one, what is unity in diversity in food? It means that the same basic ingredients are used in different ways to prepare a wide variety of dishes. So, unity in diversity in food means that you can use the same basic things or ingredients to make many different kinds of yummy meals. You think about flour, you can use flour to make flat breads like rotis or parathas, then fluffy bread, soft cakes or crispy cookies. So same basic ingredients are used in different ways to prepare different varieties of dishes. Next one, what is a sari? A sari is a plain length of unstitched cloth worn by women in most parts of India. So, a sari is a very long piece of unstitched cloth. It is a traditional type of clothing in the Indian subcontinent. The next one, which materials are commonly used to make saris? We have to write the materials commonly used to make saris. The materials commonly used are cotton, silk and other synthetic fabrics. Next one, name some famous types of silk saris. Banarasi, Kanchivaram, Paithani, Muga or Mysore silk saris, then Patan Patola. Next one, how are different varieties of saris produced? How are colors added to saris? So, how are different varieties of saris produced? They are produced by different methods of weaving, designing and coloring. How are different kinds of saris made? Saris come in many different varieties because people use different ways to make them. They use different methods of weaving, designing and coloring. Then, how are colors added to saris? Colors are produced from different kinds of pigments. Colors are added using special coloring materials called pigments or dyes. Both natural colors and man-made colors are used. Natural colors like colors from plants or flowers. Then man-made colors, they are made in factories to create bright, long-lasting shades. Are some festivals celebrated across India at the same time? Yes, some festivals are celebrated across India at almost the same time but with different names. For example, Makara Sankranti It is celebrated on or around January 14. In Tamil Nadu, it is called Pongal, but in Assam, it is called Bihu. The next one, what does Makara Sankranti mark? It marks the beginning of the harvest season in many parts of India. So, Makara Sankranti marks the beginning of the harvest season in many parts of India. Next one, how does literature show unity in diversity in India? How literature shows unity. Indian literatures are diverse in language and style but share common themes and concerns over centuries. So, even though the languages and styles are different, the main ideas connect everyone together, showing unity in diversity. Next one, what is the Panchatantra? How old is the original Sanskrit text of the Panchatantra? So, what is Panchatantra? Panchatantra is a collection of animal stories that teach different life skills. So, the Panchatantra stories are like little lessons. Animals in the stories talk and act like people, teaching us important things about life, like how to pick good friends, how to stay out of trouble, etc. Then, how old is the original Sanskrit text of the Panchatantra? The original Sanskrit text of the Panchatantra is at least 2200 years old. Next one, how widely has the Panchatantra spread? It has about 200 adaptations in more than 50 languages across India, Southeast Asia, the Arab world and Europe. The Panchatantra stories have spread very far. There are roughly 200 different versions of these stories available in over 50 languages. People read these stories all over India, in Southeast Asia, the Arab world, and across Europe. Name the two great Indian epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata. How did Ramayana and Mahabharata spread across India? They have been translated, adapted into regional languages, and preserved in many folk versions. So, to reach more people who spoke different languages like Hindi, Tamil, Bengali, etc., they were translated and adapted into these regional languages. People also love telling these stories through songs, plays, and oral traditions. They are called folk versions. The next one, which tribal communities have their own versions of the epics? Tribes such as Bills, Gonds, Mundas, and many tribes of the northeast and Himalayan regions. They have their own versions of the epics. The next one, how are many tribal versions of the epics transmitted? They are transmitted orally through folklore. The tribal versions of the epics are transmitted orally through folklore. The great Indian epics, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, have spread across India through many folk versions. Hi everyone, I have already uploaded annual exam question papers for English, Science, Social Science and Mathematics in my channel. Those who have not watched, please go through it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. We will see you in the next video. Thank you.